people think that they can accept or reject truth based on how they feel about it. Those kind of emotions have kept us from growing. Because anything we don't like, we just reject that and say, well, I don't believe that. That don't mean that it's not the truth. It just makes you a disbeliever.
Hit Squad. Alright, so where do I start here? Now, Cynthia G recently put out a live stream called Do Black Women Benefit from Birthing Black Boys? Now, I didn't watch the live, but I did catch like the so-called recap of it on Chris Logic's channel. And I really tried to understand it because y'all know I don't really rock with Cynthia G. Like, I can't do Cynthia G. But I caught the recap on Chris Logic's channel, and I really tried to understand where Cynthia G and those other panel members are coming from. I really tried to, but I still didn't get it. I guess that's just the logic in me to not understand what the fuck she was talking about. And you see, this is why I don't do debates with certain people. Like, I just refuse to do it. Because in order for me to want to debate you, you would have to see both sides of the coin like I see both sides of the coin. And some of these YouTubers, you know, I'm not gonna name names, but there's one certain YouTuber who wanted to do a debate with me, and I have not just reached back out to this YouTuber as of yet, because I'm trying to see if she will actually see both sides of the coin, and she has yet to do that. So this is the reason why I'm not reaching back out to her as far as that goes, because if we do this debate, she's not going to see both sides. So she's not going to see where I'm coming from. I will always see where she's coming from because I do look at both sides, because I'm not this one-sided content creator who just sees one side of the coin. I don't do that. I actually see both sides. So I will agree with a lot of her points, but she won't look and see my points because she's a one-sided type of content creator. So I refuse to do debates with those type of YouTubers. Like, it's not gonna happen. But back to Cynthia G's live. So basically, in a nutshell, like, I'm just gonna really just go ahead and put it out there what she was talking about. I'm not gonna go through everything she was talking about, but just the important shit. Basically, Cynthia G was pretty much talking about we need to be selective on how we have our babies. We should only be having black girls, and we shouldn't be having black boy babies. We should abort the black boys because the black men in our community are just pure evil, and the boys who grow up, they're gonna be led by a bunch of men out here who's gonna lead them astray and all this other shit. So we should just, you know, terminate the black male babies and keep the black female babies. Pretty much was what she was saying, because she wants to, like, I guess it's a population control when it comes to black men. And then Cynthia also claimed that black women can still survive without black men. Now, and she even claimed that that's scientifically proven, but spoiler alert, it's not scientifically proven. Black women, you cannot survive without black men. How you think you can still create more black female babies without black men is stupid for you to even say some shit like that. Now, after listening to all these women on this panel, with the exception of Tonya TKO, but even she was an idiot too. She was even an idiot, and I don't even like her that much either. But after listening to them, because I got 3 girls, I'm raising one on my own, all right? I do not want my girls growing up listening to women like this. Women like these, and I'm gonna even throw Chris Logic in there because she is like a Cynthia G clone. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about Chris Logic at this point. She is a clone of Cynthia G. I don't want my little girls growing up listening to women like this, because these are like younger women who grew up in the social media age to where everything is more amplified. You see what I'm saying? Everything that's happening now was happening 100 years ago, 200 years ago. Everything. And actually the numbers really got better in the social media age, but since it's social media, you see literally everything. Back before social media, you didn't see everything, but everything was still happening at a bigger rate. Everything was happening a whole lot more. All right. So really, to be honest, things have gotten better, but since we are in the social media age, you just see everything. So you can't miss shit. All right. But I'm not doing this video to argue about the fact that black men ain't really evil and all that shit. Actually, I agree with that talking point of what these women on the panel were saying. A lot of black men, a lot of us as black men are indeed evil, and we are a huge problem in our communities. I agree with that wholeheartedly. We definitely are. I never said we weren't. My problem is these women, Cynthia G, Tonya TKO, Nyla says, there was somebody else on the panel, maybe, I'm not sure, and even Chris Logic, they paint the picture that it's solely black men who are the issue in the community, when black women play an equal role as to black men as the issue in the community. We are both big problems in the community. Women, y'all are not saints. Y'all are an equal problem as black men are. And then these women, right, especially Cynthia G, they want to come up with any excuse as to wanting to have a biracial baby, all right? They want to come with any excuse to have a baby outside of their race, which, what I always say, do what you want to do. I don't like y'all anyway. Like Cynthia G, like everybody complaining about black men ain't shit, black men ain't this, black men ain't that, black men don't want to marry. All this silly shit are coming from women I don't even really just like that. All right? They're not really attractive looking. Like, I don't care. Like, if you want to have a baby outside your race, find you a man outside the race who would want to impregnate your ugly ass. I don't give a shit. Do that. But they want to come up with this excuse as to why we should have babies outside of black men. They want to come up with any excuse to do it, so they want to come up with this excuse. Well, we should have, babies outside of our race and just quit having babies with black men so the black male race can die out and then the black female race will live on. Well, dumbass, tell me how is that going to work? How are you going to survive if black men die off and you are no longer making black babies? How are y'all going to survive? Because if you don't make black male babies anymore, guess what? You're not gonna make black female babies anymore either. Like, the logic of this panel was just at an all-time low. This was the weirdest live I have ever heard. And then you got somebody, Chris Logic, doing a review on this shit as if the shit really made sense, and it really didn't. And the weirdest thing about Chris Logic's commentary on this is actually the most balanced person on the panel, who was Tonya TKO, who I don't like either. The most balanced person on the panel, Chris Logic, said she was being disingenuous. Where's the logic behind that? Chris Logic, can you please tell me? And this is why, because Tonya was so balanced on that panel. I'm balanced in my talking points. So I'll know you'll say I'm being disingenuous if we ever have a debate, an honest debate, because you are so one-sided and I'm actually looking on both sides. You'll say I'm being disingenuous because you said that same thing about Tonya when she was actually fairly balanced. And another talking point these ladies came up with: black men harm their babies, they harm the black women, they raping their babies, they're doing all of this, right? Now, I agree with that. There is a lot of that going on in our community. I'm not going to deny that. However, are we going to just keep excluding black women from this? Let's not forget, black women are the number one killer of babies. The number one, and that can be proven. I can actually bring up the facts and the stats on that. But I'm not going to get into that because I'm not trying to hurt black women's feelings. I'm trying to get a little bit better at not hurting black women's feelings. And please don't get me started on abusing babies and kids, because the number one ass whoopers of kids are not the black men, because let y'all tell it, black men aren't even in the picture. All right, black men are just absentee men. All right, the number one ass whoopers of babies and kids are black women. So I'm just saying. And oh yeah, before I continue, let me go back to the point I was talking about with these women wanting any excuse to date outside their race and have babies outside their race to have a mixed baby. Let me go back to that real quick. For all these women, right, who always talk about, I'm gonna go outside my race, I want a mixed baby, and all this silly shit that they say, right? These are always the same women saying this, but they've yet to have a mixed baby, and they've yet to marry a man outside of their race. They've yet to do that, but they're always talking about it. Could it be because these men that you so desperately want, that's outside of your race, don't want you? Because y'all have had these same talking points, y'all been saying this same shit for 4 or 5 plus years, and have yet to have a man that's not a black man. Y'all always got these talking points about white men are better, or Hispanic men or Asian men are better. But after these 4 or 5 years, you've still yet to have a baby by a white man, a Hispanic man, or an Asian man. Anybody who's not a black man. Cynthia G, you had a pregnancy scare with a dusty ass beta male of a black man that you claim that you don't even like. You don't like these black men, but not too long ago, maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, you had a pregnancy scare with these dusties that you don't like. All right, Cynthia. So I don't see how any woman can take anything you say seriously anyway. They are just as delusional as you are. And I'm gonna take a page out of Tommy Sotomayor, all right? How can y'all always openly say black men ain't shit? And I'll agree with y'all, because I say it too, black men ain't shit. The majority of us ain't shit. How can you honestly always say black men ain't shit, but you continually having babies with these same men you claim ain't shit? That means you are creating these babies, little boys and little girls, who also are not gonna be shit. Like, that don't make sense to me. Y'all are retarded. You keep having babies with a group of men you claim ain't shit. What kind of sense does that make? And how come? Because I got questions. These are logical questions. I don't have the actual word logic in my channel name like some people have, who really ain't speaking a logical word at this point. But I'm having logical questions right now, okay? How is it a black man can say silly shit about black women? We can say black women don't take care of their kids. We can say black women are bitches and hoes and all that. And we are quick to get called self-haters. Well, your mama black, all that silly shit. You know what I'm saying? But a woman can say whatever the fuck they want to about a black man. We don't want their babies. We need to kill the male babies. All this shit that they say, but they don't get called self-haters. They want these mixed babies by these white men, and they don't get called a self-hater. And how can you openly say that we are evil and we are conquered men and all this shit, but you want to kill, abort male babies? That in itself is not evil to you? And you see, this is why, and like I said, I agree with their talking points on black men not being shit and black men just not doing their job in the community. I agree with all that. But guess what, women, y'all are in the same boat, because y'all ain't doing y'all job either, and y'all are just as evil as we are. Y'all ain't shit just as much as we are. I'm just being honest. The black community itself is a failure, and that's large in part due to the people in the community, because the community is the people. Black men and black women failed the community, point blank. But this is why I always said this. A woman, especially a black woman, cannot run this country. It cannot happen, because as soon as you run this country, within 4 years, this country will be terminated because of silly ass live streams like this. This is the conclusion these black women came up with. Understand this, fellas and ladies, because I understand. I have a lot of subscribers, and a lot of my black female subscribers are actually very logical. They actually understand what's going on. They know good talking points from fucked up talking points, and they know these are fucked up talking points that these women are talking about. Understand what these women are saying. They said, to better the black community, we need to have a population control of the black males. So we need to terminate black male pregnancies, right? We need to terminate the black baby boys, keep the girls, just to lower the population of men we're already at a low population, a very low population. All right, we need to lower that just so they can eventually die off and the black women race can live on. Tell me where that makes sense at. Are y'all gonna self-procreate black babies on your own? Because you can't procreate a black baby with a white man, with an Asian man, or with a Hispanic man. That's not gonna happen. You can't do it. You're not gonna have a black baby if you're having a baby with a man of another race. That's impossible. You'll have a mixed or a biracial baby. You will not have a black baby. And I get it, because a lot of y'all women out there, a lot of you black women don't want black babies anyway. Y'all want these mixed babies with the good hair, because that's y'all's main thing, black women. Y'all always claim y'all want a baby with good hair. And for you to have a baby with good hair, you have to procreate with somebody outside of your race to have that baby with the good hair. Because black men, we don't talk about we want to have a baby with so-and-so so our baby can have good hair. That's not our reasoning for wanting a baby outside of our race, because they can have good hair. We don't do that. All right, that's y'all's talking points, and that is silly as shit. But hey, y'all can do what y'all want to do. And another one of Cynthia G's talking points that just drives me crazy is the fact she always talks about how black men were conquered. You know what I'm saying? And not because I don't agree with it, because yes, we were conquered. Like, that's historically proven. We are a conquered people, all right? But she keeps bringing up that point, like, did I miss something? Like, black women, were y'all not conquered as well? Like, did I miss something? Are y'all not conquered? Are y'all not a conquered people, but only black men are? Y'all not conquered? Because looking at the evidence, y'all are black, you're just women. And in the workplace, no matter how much education you women claim you have, you black women claim y'all have, you are still not out earning black men. Like, y'all are like the lowest earners in America. We aren't the lowest. We are next to the lowest, but we are not the lowest. Black women, y'all are the lowest earners still, even with that good so-called education y'all always want to throw in our faces. So her silly talking points, we are conquered, black men are a conquered people, but don't want to put out the fact that black people are a conquered people, including the black women. Like, that don't make sense to me. Her talking points are silly. And people like Chris Logic agrees with damn near all of her talking points, which has no logic in it. So I'm gonna say this to conclude this video, because I've been running a little bit long. Black women, if y'all want to marry out and have babies outside of your race, please do that, because I don't give a shit. Because I always lived by, I don't care who people get with. I don't care who has babies with who. It's not my business, because at the end of the day, Real Talk 87 is happy, all right? And only sad people, only miserable motherfuckers care about who has babies with who and who's with who. Those are the only people who care about that shit. I don't care, all right? Have babies with who you want to have them with. I'm just saying, stop making black men your scapegoat, because we are not the reason for your problems, black women. You are the reason for your problems, just like black men. We are the reason for our problems, all right? Hold yourselves accountable for everything, black people. Stop blaming each other, all right? It's your damn fault, point blank, all right? If you want to have babies by that white man you so desperately love, have babies with him, because we don't want you anyway, all right? We don't give a shit. Go be with who you want to be with, Cynthia G, all right? Nobody wants your clown looking ass any fucking way. The Dusty who got you pregnant, he probably did. Then again, he probably didn't, because you ain't with him now. But people like Cynthia G and everybody else who was on the panel, and the person who actually, did a review on this shit, these people are not logical by any means. Some people need to take the word logic out of their fucking channel name, because they have none of that. They're like, I'm not gonna lie, Chris Logic did have that, which is what drew me to her channel, because she did have it at one point in time. I don't know what happened with it. I think she's been listening to a little bit too much of Cynthia G, because that logic now is out the window. It is gone. She's too one-sided. But I always live by, man, have babies who you want to have them with. Just don't try killing off black men like you can really do it anyway. Like, you're not able to do that regardless of how much shit y'all talk about us. You can't get rid of us. Like, it's not gonna happen. Sorry. Because there's too many black women running around who still love black men. Just like the other way around, there's too many black men walking around who love black women. So I don't care about your narratives you want to point. I can come out with a 5-hour video that shows nothing but black men and black women loving each other. All right, the same way y'all post these 4-hour live streams and 4-hour videos of black men dogging black women or black women dogging black men or whatever, I can put out a 4-hour video of black men and black women loving each other. All right, I can do the same thing. It's just what you want to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to the negativity, which is why that's what you'll always get in your life is nothing but negative shit. You will always draw negative shit to you because that's what you always pay attention to. You understand? It's your boy Real Talk though, and I'm gone.